This holiday project starts down at the Dollar Tree, and then we're going to run over and grab some green Christmas lights. I want to get rid of this boring window. I'm going to take a black foam board, lay it down, but I need to cut it to size to fit inside the window. But two are too big, so I'll use a straight edge to mark a line to get a perfectly straight cut. Once I do that, I can bend it over, use the knife to cut on the inside, and remove the piece. Now, I want to put two factory edges together and then tape them. I'm going to use a projector, because you don't need to be an artist to do this project. Just go ahead and mark all the way around on the outline. Go easy. You want to make sure that you don't push into the foam board. You can do multiple projects for all the windows that you have facing the street. Once you do that, take that X-Acto knife and start cutting down some of the lines. Now, you want to push firm, but not too hard. I did put some cardboard underneath, of course, not to mark up the table. Once you do that, you get it cut out. But here's the thing. You want to make sure when you're doing the cutouts that you do little pieces at a time and remove it. It's too hard to do all of the pieces at the same time. Just flip it over and make sure you're cutting and getting on the lines as perfectly as possible. Once you do that, it's time to go to the window and tape it up. It doesn't take a lot of tape. Just a few pieces will hold it together. Once we get it taped to the window, then we can start taking those green Christmas lights and putting them on the inside, taping them. Don't worry, these are LED, they don't get too hot, but once we get it all taped up, not on the outside, but it looks like the messy on the inside, and watch this, when it flips on, look at this. It looks absolutely amazing with that green glow. And there's our little critter that came down and stole the presents. I hope this inspired you to make your own out of foam board and Christmas lights. This cool and inexpensive project is going to start with some white hangers, 10 to be precise, and let's grab some white zip ties. First thing, we're going to grab two of these hangers and we're going to put them together. We're going to take the hooks that are on the top, facing the same way, and you're going to line them up just like you see here. Using the 2 points where the hooks are, we're going to go ahead and put the zip ties together. Put those and then make sure we cut off the excess. We don't want those dangling around. Now, when we get those together, you're going to notice that the top is actually loose. Don't worry about that. We'll take care of that later once we put some lights on this. We're going to make 5 of these combinations right here. Let's start with one pointing towards the top, and we're going to line it up just like you see here and put the third one in. Again, using the zip ties, we're going to put those together right in that spot where it crosses and in this spot here too. You can leave it loose if you want, but go ahead and make it tight if you feel it's in the right spot. It is still adjustable. Make sure again that you cut off the excess as you go along. Then we're going to set the other 2 hangers together. And if you get them in the right spots, they're going to join up right where you need them. As you can see, we're forming a star here. Anywhere the hangers cross, you're going to put a zip tie and put it together. Once those are all put together, we are going to take some string lights. This is a 20-footer, and we're going to start wrapping it around just on the outside. Only need a zip tie or put it together where it joins at an angle. And then we can go all the way around and look at this project. I made 2 of them and they look awesome outside. And with some extra lights, I made it look like it's got a shooting star tail right on the outside. And I made a second one and it's made out of metal. So you can use plastic or metal hangers to make these projects. I think it turned out really awesome. I love how this turned out. With the holiday season around, it's time to head to Dollar Tree and grab some of these inexpensive foam boards. In fact, first thing I gotta do is put all of the foam that I have up against the window. I'm gonna lay it on its side or straight up. It's gonna give me kind of an idea of what I wanna do. This one is a snowman. I did a silhouette with a projector and just put it right across the first foam board. Just outline all of it right around the edges. Doesn't have to be perfect, but we wanna get a good outline. That way it's easier to cut out. Place some cardboard under the foam board, and you can use an X-Acto knife or any kind of razor knife to cut through. Best thing to do is go slow, be careful, these knives are sharp. Just go ahead and start cutting all the way around the edges. Doesn't have to be exact, but just go ahead and cut. Make sure you get all the way through. There's nothing more frustrating than not being able to get it out. So once you cut it through, take little sections out at a time. That makes it a lot easier, especially around these bigger projects. On this next one, this is a bunny rabbit that we have that's standing up on its hind legs. I'm using a different knife on this one just to demonstrate that you don't have to stick with just the X-Acto knife. So we'll cut out the whole thing right around the edges and we'll just pop that rabbit out. If any edges stick, just use your knife, cut it around, and then just give it a pop. These foam boards come across and come apart nice and easy. Next thing we got to do is we're going to put these silhouettes right up against the window. It doesn't take much, but I want to use some white tape for this. That way it doesn't show against the white background. So take the tape, circle it up on each other. It doesn't take much. For this one, I just needed 2 of them, and I'm going to place it in the window. Now, something I noticed was when I put lights behind my silhouette, the lights will show through. So take some black or royal blue and paint the back side of your silhouettes. Now, this might look like a mess, but it actually has a rhyme and a reason for it. Take those lights, these are 20-foot strands, and place it all up in the back of the silhouettes. Not too close to the edges, but as you can see, this is a test, and it's going to look really good. The next thing we got to do is put another layer on. I took 4 pieces of the foam board, put them together with white tape, then did a cutout of a large Christmas tree, and then put it on there. Now this one doesn't stick exactly against the window, but holds up a little bit because we're going to put a little bit of a shadow in there. Once we do this, we're going to head outside and we're going to see what it looks like with it lit up. So here we go. With the lights on, you can see it. We added a little bit of blue behind the Christmas tree. There it is. And look at this. So amazing. Just lights it up for everybody out on the street to see. I hope this inspired you to build your own holiday window silhouette.
Head on over to Dollar Tree for this awesome and fun DIY. You'll need 10 hangers for this project. Place the hangers in a triangle shape. Add 3 zip ties, 1 to the peak and 2 to the hooks. You'll need to repeat this process until you have 5 sets of hangers. Place the hanger sets into a star shape. Now it's time to connect all the edges, so add zip ties to all the connecting edges. At the top, I decided I needed a little extra strength, so I slid the one hook over to the side and tightened it, and I added an extra zip tie for strength and durability. I wrapped the entire star in lights. I placed it on my mantle to connect the lights, and I placed it on a clicky lighter. So now I simply click it on to turn it on, and click it off to turn it off.
And I hope this inspires you to make a hanger star of your own. Thanks for watching Hometalk, and I'll see you next time.